There are 8 new rules of money that I want to talk to us about within the brevity of time that is available to me. Number 1, knowledge is the new money. Knowledge is the new money. In the world that you and I live in today, those who know rule over those who do not know. If you are not informed, you will be deformed. If you are not inspired, you will expire. If you are not updated, you will become outdated. Those who know rule over those who do not know. What you know determines how far you go, because information is the key to transformation. When you sit down in a meeting like this, listening to all the speakers as they were bringing forth information, as they were sharing different things with you, thoughts and ideas were flowing. All you need to do is to know what you did not know before now. Get out of this place and do what you need to do with what you know so that you can go to where you have never been to before. So it's very, very important for you as an individual to realize and recognize that knowledge is the new money. In this world today, it's all about knowledge. I remember when I started out on the journey of wealth creation in 1998. I started going to the UK in 1997, and every time I go into the UK, I started doing business in the UK. I was a major supplier of books and videos and all stuff to different stores in Peckham, all over the UK. If you know anybody in the UK in the between 1998 and 2003 that were into anything that selling of home videos, selling of books, Christian materials, when you ask Olumide, I was a major supplier. But guess what? Every time I'm traveling to the UK, I'll travel with 10 bags, 15 bags. And when I get there, I'll spend 2-3 hours with custom, settling different things. But within those 5 years, I was also upgrading myself in the part of information. And then many, many years later, I will never forget, I think it was 2002 or 2003, I went to the UK to speak. I'd been invited to come and do a training for an organization. They paid for my business class ticket, they paid for my hotel, and I charged them £10,000 and they paid in advance. So I was going into the UK, they paid £10,000 into my account for a 2-day weekend training. It was a Friday and Saturday, and I came in on a Thursday. And when I was coming into the UK, I had just my jacket bag with me. And when I got to the airport, you have one door that says something to declare, and you have the other door that says nothing to declare. And in those days, when I used to do that business, I used to pass through something to declare, because even though the books were not taxable, the CDs were taxable, I had to do all that. So this particular day, I was going to nothing to declare. And as I was going, it just dropped. And it was like, okay, why are you passing through nothing to declare? And I'm like, oh, I don't have bags. He said, but you are coming to declare something. I said, yes. And it just dawned on me. He said, do you know that they have paid you £10,000 already and you have not yet said anything? He said, now, what is the difference between the time you used to carry Ghana Must Go and go from one train station to the other? He said, what's the difference between then and now? He said, the difference is knowledge. He said, now you are not selling goods and services. You are selling information. He said, and now you don't need to carry big bag. You don't need to carry anything. You are coming in now, but you are making more money with information than when you were carrying bags. And I go, wow. So knowledge is the new money. So it's very, very important for you to realize that every time you see an opportunity to learn, please do everything you can to go and learn, because the money of today is no more what you think money was. If you read the School of Money book, you will see how that we have transited. It used to be the agrarian age, then became the industrial age, and the rich people of today, they are not the people that have factories and industries. No. The rich people of today are those that are selling information and ideas. The top companies in the world today, from Google to Amazon, what are they selling? So it's all about knowledge. Number 2, you must learn how to use debt. You must learn how to use that. The second new rule is you must learn how to use that. You see, when a poor man, Ali Baba was just amazing. Wow. When a poor man hears debt or will, or they just shut down, debt, and the richest man in Africa today is Dangote, and he's a debtor. Dangote is owing banks millions of dollars, yet he's the richest man. How? It's because there are different kinds of debt. There is good debt, there is bad debt, and there is no debt. Now, good debt is a leverage, bad debt is a bondage. But you see, the problem with the poor is that they embrace bad debts And because they have embraced that bad debt and they have been born by bad debt, because the borrower is always a servant to the lender in bad debt, they now turn around to say, I don't want to owe anybody, owe no one nothing. But they don't realize that good debt is a leverage. Using other people's money helps you to move faster instead of waiting for your own money. And that's why you find out that the rich and wealthy people, they still have bank loans. Why? Because they have realized, instead of using my hard-earned cash, why not leverage on the money of people that don't have knowledge? Because they don't have knowledge, they put their money in the bank thinking it's security. So since they don't have knowledge of what to do with their money, let me help them spend their money to make more money for myself. Hello? Let me tell you the easiest one, the lowest hanging fruit. Do you know that many of you have worked in companies before where you have opportunity to collect staff loan, interest-free, you never collected? Why? You were afraid. But guess what? If you had collected the staff loan, they would have been deducting the money from your salary. That is advanced savings. You did not collect the loan. Even you collected salary, you still could not save. The loan would have helped you to save by fire, by force. You could have collected the staff loan. You could have bought Uber Corolla. And that one will be working for you. And you will still be collecting your salary. You could have collected the staff loan and opened a barbing salon or opened a hairdressing salon. And that will be working for you. Why? But I didn't want to hire anybody. Now you have left a company that was giving you free loan. You are now in a company where there is no staff loan. There is nothing. To get 30,000, you now discover how difficult it is to see somebody to borrow you money. So the new rule of money is what? Learn how to use what? Debt. So when you have an opportunity to access funds and you know what to do with the funds, if you are accessing funds at 5%, 9%, 11%, 15%, and you know what to do with the funds that can give you 20, 25, 30, 40%, what do? You take the fund, you invest it, the return from your investment, we pay for the fund, and then you move on. Turn to your number, say, I'm learning. Number 3. You must learn how to control and manage your cash flow. You must learn how to control and manage your cash flow. Cash flow is the lifeblood of any individual and the lifeblood of businesses. So you must learn how to control cash flow. Now listen and listen well. Even a profitable business can go bankrupt when there is no cash flow. And now you see a lot of people, they make money. But because they don't know how to manage the money, they are not able to multiply the money and they end up in debt. Listen and listen well. It is not how much you make that matters. It is what you do with what you make that matters. And if you don't know how to manage your cash flow, you will not know how to balance between your income and your expenditure. And once your expenditure is greater than your income, your upkeep will become your downfall. So you need to sit down and know how to manage cash flow. And in cash flow management, it begins with number 1, proper documentation. You must be able to document and track down every income and every expenditure in your life. When you are able to sit down to document every income and expenditure, you will know where your income comes from. And you'll be able to make intentional and strategic decisions about increasing your income. When you have a documentation of your expenditure, you will know what are the dead weights that are taking your expenditure. Debola was talking about settling down for things that does not profit you just because you are falling in love with an idea that is not producing money. Instead of you moving forward, you are so much in love with an idea that you should shut down. How will it be said that I shut it down? Listen to me. I'm standing before you right now. In the course of my lifetime, I have done about 14 different businesses. About 11 of them has failed. That has gone bankrupt completely. But let me tell you something. If you have one master breakthrough, it will cover for everything else. So it's very, very important to know that everybody you are looking at today, if they start telling you their story, they will tell you of things they have shut down, things that didn't work. So you must understand how to manage your cash flow. And it begins with that documentation. I can show you one of the organizations we started 26 years ago that is now a global organization. I can show you December 1995. I can show you the book of the income from 1995 to date. I can show you the book of expenditure to date. In my personal life, since 1997, Timothy is here, they have seen the book. Since 1997, I've showed them. Since 1997, every income that has entered my life, I can show you. All the books are in my house. Every expenditure since 1997, I can show you. And that is why I always have a better year. You know why? I sit down and I say, okay, this year now, okay, you mean all this labor? Now only this one I produce. I feel like say this is a waste of time. Oh, this one a welfare, this one a charity. Okay, you mean you mean this much? Okay, Pareto, 80-20. So if this is what is bringing more money, next year, let me focus on this one. By the next year, I focus more on what is bringing money and I spend less time on what is not producing money. Then I come to the expenditure column and I say, you mean this thing is costing me this much? Devourer lele you. So he said, devourer, I can't do this anymore. Because many times when people are thinking of getting rich and getting wealthy, they're always thinking of having more income or increasing their income. Reducing your expenditure will make you more wealthy without any extra income. Just reducing your expenditure. Because for many people, the problem is too much expenditure. They enter into what we call the Parkinson's disease. You know, the Parkinson's law says that expenditure will always rise up to meet with income. And that's the problem for many people. So what is number one? What is number two? What is number three? What is number four? If you prepare for bad times, you will always have good times. If you prepare for bad times, you will always have good times. For many years, we have said it over and over again. You must have a minimum of 6 to 8 months of your living expenses saved up in cash, so that if you lose your job or you get into a crisis, at least there will be something to keep you for 6 months before you suffer. Then COVID came, and all those that did not listen, when COVID came, they suddenly got a revelation. Because if you refuse to learn by revelation, you will learn by experience. If you refuse to learn through the information of others or through the experience of others, you will have to learn from your own experience. So COVID came and people realized that those who thought they were rich, they were not rich. Those who thought they were sorted out, they were not sorted out. Those who thought they were secure, they were not secure. Why? Because they didn't prepare for bad time. Listen, there's something called wealth cycle. Wealth cycle. You see, wealth cycle is one of the things that has been established. If you look back, you will realize that the world moves in cycle of wealth and poverty. Wealth and poverty. So there's always 7 years of plenty, 7 years of famine, 7 years of plenty, and that's the way it is. So you will not always have everything working every time. But if you do the right things in the days of plenty, you save, you invest. When the days of famine come, you will not be a part of the famine, because what you have saved in the years of plenty will take care of you in the years of famine. That's the way it works. So it's wealth cycle. And many people don't realize that wealth cycle is not negative. It's actually positive. You see, in agriculture, there's what we call bush fallowing. Bush fallowing is a process where if you have planted on a particular land for so long, you leave it for between 3 to 4 years. You leave it fallow so that it can gather fresh nutrients. So that when you now start planting on it again, it will begin to produce more harvest. So that's the same way. Nobody reigns forever except the Creator. So when the season of crisis and the season of trouble comes, crisis creates opportunities. So every time we get into famine period, it's not really a famine period, it's a rearrangement period. It's so that a new realm, a new crop, a new generation of millionaires and billionaires will take the baton from those that have been doing it and emerge. But because people do not know, when problems come, they allow the external problem to become their internal problem. And when problem becomes internalized, you can't move forward, you become demobilized. So what you don't realize that that problem is actually an opportunity for you to create wealth. So it's very, very important for you to know, if you prepare for bad times, what happens? You will always have good time. So you may look back now and say, oh, COVID has gone. Oh, thank God, things are getting better. Listen to me. There will be another time when there will be another issue. Number 5, there is the need for speed and automation. There's the need for speed. There's the need for speed. Whatever you are doing now, if you are not thinking of automating what you are doing, you have expired already. There is a need for speed. So whatever you are doing now, you cannot be analog in a digital age. Whatever you are doing, no matter what the business is, start thinking, how can I automate this thing? How can I bring it to a level where it will be faster than it used to be? Because let me tell you something. Even in the midst of COVID, even in the midst of lockdown, there are people that continue to make money Because before the crisis, they have automated their business. So wherever they were able to continue to do business because their business have been automated. When you don't understand the importance of speed, you're going to get into trouble. If you know the banking, the process of banking in Nigeria, you realize that there was a time when if you had to go to bank, you have to go and queue. You have to take tally number. You go in the morning, collect the number, go to work, and then go in the afternoon. It has not reached your number yet. Now, then a group of young people came up and they started modern day banking. But today, you don't even need to go to any bank. You don't even need to physically go anywhere. So you can we now have fintech all over. And you can sit down and on your palm with your mobile phone, you can transact business globally. It's now faster and cheaper and more profitable. So anything you are doing, one of the new rules of money is what? You must make everything faster. Automate it. So whatever you are doing, think of how you can automate it. Think of how you can bring it to a level where it will move faster than you doing it manually. Number 6, learn the language of money. Learn the language of money. Every industry has a language. Every industry has what? Has a language. What is the language of money? You as an individual, if you want to make money, nobody feels comfortable around people that don't understand them. So if you don't understand money and you don't understand the language of money, how can you become wealthy? Now, let me give you a practical experience. Do we have any Igbo person here or Hausa that does not understand Yoruba? Anybody? You don't understand Yoruba? Okay, please come. Please come. Now, she's in World Summit, Sako, on the mic. So she does not understand Yoruba, but excuse me, ma'am. I'm going to now speak in Yoruba from now, so just take the mic. Igbo lengbe. Kí lorúkọ yín? Now, because of time, let me do this. Now, mo fẹ́ kẹ́ wá fi ọwọ́ sínú àpò mi. Gbogbo owó tó wà ńbẹ̀, mo fún yín, kẹ́ máa mú lọ. Ẹ̀gbọ́n ni, alámì òróró máa ní mi. Mi ò ń parọ́ o. Àní kẹ́ máa bọ̀ kẹ́ fún wọn sápò mi. Owó Olúwa wà ńbẹ̀. Owó òkè òkun ó wà ńbẹ̀. Ó wà lápò mi mo ṣe wáyé wọn. Ẹ wá fọwọ́ sápò mi. Gbogbo owó tó wà ńbẹ̀ mo fún yín kẹ́ máa mú lọ. Now, those of you that understand Yoruba, how are you feeling? Now, now you know what I said. So let me go to English. You know what I said? I said you should come to the altar, put your hands in my pocket, and whatever you see is yours. Now you see, I told you, I said, look, I've got Nigerian naira, I've got foreign currency in my pocket. All you need to do is to put your hands there and get it, and it's yours. But you didn't respond. You know why? You don't understand Yoruba language. Who say money no dey Lagos? You don't understand the language of money. If you understand the language of money, you go know say money dey Lagos. Everywhere where you see money there. Every problem where you see na money. Every person where you see na money. Everywhere where you turn na money. Money dey Lagos. Now you don't understand the language. So there is money. But do you understand the language of money? So when somebody tells you return on investment, you just say, okay, so what's the ROI? You are looking, ROI, Guinea, because you don't understand. So you need to understand the language of money. Every industry has languages. Now, when you go, have you ever gone to the hospital before? You met with a doctor or physician, and then they scribble something on a paper that looked like Latin and looked like Chinese. And when they say, so go and see the pharmacy, and you were looking, what is this one? You don't understand because you don't understand that. But when you got to the pharmacist and handed it over to the pharmacist, you say, okay, Septrin, okay, so they'll begin to bring it and say, what? There is a language. So you need to understand the language of money. What is money? Where does money hide? What is income? What is expenditure? What is asset? What is cash flow? You need to understand all this so that when you are in the realm of money, and you are talking the language of money, money knows that you understand it. Money will flow towards you and gravitate towards you because you are in the same category. Hello? So you must learn the language of money. I suffered for this many years ago, about 24 years ago, about 25 years ago. We rented an apartment. We rented a small warehouse. And then the warehouse had a large expanse of land in front of it. And when you are poor, like Ali Baba was saying, your mentality, you say, what am I going to pay a lawyer for? Nobody to just write something. So all of a sudden, the man says, so are you going to, bring your lawyer? I say, we don't have a lawyer. We can't pay lawyer. Just do it. So the guy did an agreement. I read everything. And from my knowledge, I said, I go school now. Nobody to just read. I read everything. And I signed. So we built a massive auditorium on the vacant land in front. And powerful flags, glass house, everything. And then few years down the line, the guy decided to say, look, you guys are too big. I want you to go. So we were still having like 2 years on our lease. We had built another cathedral. So he said, since you have built another one, go, leave this. I said, it's our own. We still have 2 years. We want to do something. To cut a long story short, the man decided to do some stuff. I said, okay, we are moving, no problem. So I said, okay, but as we are moving, everything that we did here, we are going to remove everything and go. The man was just laughing. He was just laughing. I said, we still have 2 years here, and we're going to pack everything this year. Pastor, what do you call yourself? He said, you better go and read your agreement. Apotenancy. I was like, what English is it? He said, you better go and read your contract very well. So now, by that time, we had the lawyer. I said, lawyer, when the lawyer read the agreement that I signed, he said, sir, which lawyer? I said, we're just starting that time. No lawyer. He said, sir, you can't touch anything there. He said, look at it, the apotenances. I said, what's apotenancy? I said, I read it now. Apotenancy, what's that? Tenancy? He said, no. Apotenancy means that this land I'm giving you, whatever you build on it, whenever you are going, you will leave it. It's my own. You will give me. I say, hell! Because I did not understand legal language. So many times, penny wise, pound foolish. If I had gotten a lawyer then, I would not have been in that trouble. So it's very, very important for you to understand the language of money. Number 7, life is a team sport. So develop your team. Life is a team sport. Develop your team. What do I mean by that? Listen and listen well. If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go with others. In this world, though, even Lone Ranger at Tonto, nobody goes alone. Many times we miss it because we don't realize that in this life, it's not only about what you know, it's who you know. You need to have the right people in your network because your net worth is determined by your network. So life is a team sport. So if I'm to ask you now, who is in your clan? Who is in your community? So when they are telling you to join the community, you better join. When they are telling you to join the network, you better join. Why? Because if you are moving with the right kind of people and you have the right kind of people on your team, it will help you to go far. So if you read the School of Money book, you will see the list of people that you need. You need a spiritual covering over your life. Because in this world, you are either in the secret cult or you are in the secret place. And everybody is using something. Everybody. So you better be sure that what you are using is the one that will work. Everybody is using something. So, and then you need a life coach or a mentor that will guide you, that will lead you, that will instruct you. Because you never know. They are sitting down here right now. They will tell you stories. One still happened. I was still talking with you. One still happened recently. They will tell you stories of moves they were about to make. Things they were about to do. They are just one focus. Sir, we are thinking of this. What do you think? I say, forget it. It's not going to work. Don't try it. Okay, move. And they'll come and say, we didn't. Timothy called me just about 2 weeks ago. They've gotten a major property, powerful location. Everything was going on fine. And when the MD came to see him and said, sir, we have gotten this. He said, no problem. Let me call my mentor. And he called me. He said, sir, they have come this, that. I said, forget it. I said, forget it. I said, yes, location, good. Price, good. I said, but that location has a problem that only those that know. I said, every 2 to 3 years, when flood comes, you will be crying. I say, I have a property in that place we are talking about. I have 2 apartments there. I said in 2018, all the tenants packed out. The water was to the roof. I gave him so. I said, so don't try it. And guess what? That was about 2 weeks ago. Just 3 days on the 7th. 3 days ago, they have opened the water. And they sent us a video that they have opened the dam. Oh, the water is coming. Oh, so I said, what I was telling you 2 weeks ago, see it on WhatsApp. I sent it. I said, oh, they have opened the water. If he did not seek counsel and call his mentor and thought, I'm not a billionaire, I'm a CEO, I can do it by myself, he will have entered and water will come. They will be doing medicine after death. So it's very, very important for you to, then you need to have a physician. I can never be sick. I can never be sick. Many of the rich people you see, they have nutritionists. There are people that tell them what to eat, what not to eat. There are people that get, it doesn't mean you will employ them, but just have these people around you. You need a tax consultant. When tax people enter you for Nigeria, you will know, they don't have record though. They don't have record though. We have paid VAT before for years, and they stamp and stamp and sign and stamp, and then they write you a letter that you have not paid VAT for 2 years. And they were signing every month. Until you will now bring your own record to say, okay. What if you don't have that record? Hello? Tax people have written us letter to do a tax audit of a company that did not exist. We registered the company in 2015. They said they want to do tax audit from 2014 to 2015. And the company, 2014 to 2016, 5-year audit for a company that was 1 year old. They don't have record. So if you don't have a tax consultant, you might be in trouble. You need a media consultant, a PR consultant, a branding consultant. So you need all these people on your team. You need a marketing person. So life is a team sport. Develop your team. No matter how big you become, you need people that can look at you and say, well, shut up, sit down there, forget that, what nonsense that. Sit down there. You need people like that. As big as well, say, I have friends that will just say, they will just sit me down. My wife, we always talk about one of my friends. And my wife will tell me, say, you know why I love this, your friend? He said, out of many of your friends, all these men of God, he said, this one, I love the way he calls you Olu. He doesn't put pastor, he doesn't put doctor. And when he's talking to say, hey, Olu, he will tell you, he said, that's why I love this, your friend. He said, because all this friendship of, man of God, he said, these people that have known you when you were nobody. And even after you have become so, they too, they are somebody. And they'll say, oh, look back here, back there. You say, I like this one. That's why I'm closer to this one than all these other men of God. He said, this one, hey, these are the people that can tell you things so that if you have me, I'll just call you, talk to your friend. Finally, no, I've given you 7, right? Number 8, finally, learn how to print your own money. Yes, so. You see, what are you talking about? You see these books? They are my own. I have printed money. You see this pack? It's my own. I have printed money. You see this audio program? It's my own. I have printed money. You see this wealth creation pack? It's my own. I have printed money. Learn how to print money. What does it mean to print money? Come up with your own products and services. That is one thing you need to. So the new rule of money now is that you must have your own product and service. Learn how to print your own money. Stop being so proud and arrogant because you can afford somebody else's money that they are printed. I wear Gucci. I wear Louis Vuitton. I wear Ferragamo. I wear all those things you are calling somebody's name. Oh, Range Rover. I drive Range Rover Sport. When will you do something that people will be proud of that they will buy? Those are other people's brainchild. Why has your own brain not given birth to any child? So you need to sit down and begin to print your own money. Do you know how much? You see, in business, we have what we call forward integration, backward integration. Sit down and ask yourself, what is it that is taking most of my money away? Can I begin to do backward integration so that I will not be spending that money to other people and have it for myself? You heard Debola also say, when you have the content and then you begin to produce your own, it's very, very important to start printing your own money. Have your own products, have your own service, have something that is your brainchild. And you know what I love about copyright and patent rights? Is the fact that they give you 100 years. When you write a book now, you have 100 years to enjoy the book. And after 100 years, it goes to the public domain. Because even though There are many people on earth. The very minute you are able to come up with an invention or author something or print something, the entire universe acknowledges that you have done something. So they will say, we give you 100 years for you to enjoy this thing. And after that, other people can come and begin to enjoy. So it's very, very important for you to live here now and begin to think of how you can explore all the things that we have shared, because that is the new rule of money. But in closing, one of the things you need to understand is that people have said it over and over again, that knowledge is power. But truth be told, there are many people that have knowledge and nothing is coming out of it. Nothing. They have all the knowledge in this world. I remember many years ago, Akin Alabi and Samson, they were all part of training we used to do with Ojiagbase. Every month people would gather. And one of the things that Ogasoni said one day we were discussing, he said, my brother, have you noticed that every seminar we go to, we see the same people? I said, you see that brother? I know him. He was in one seminar I was in last week. I said, that one too is regular. You see people that are going from seminar to seminar. Many of you now, this Wealth Summit 2.0 is like the 15th World Seminar you have gone to this year. Last year, even in COVID, you were online. You went to all the seminar in the world. Question, what have you done with it? 1,000 good intention is not as powerful as one action. So knowledge is no more power. Knowledge that is utilized, knowledge that is used, knowledge that is applied is what is now powerful. So as you live here today, I want you to make up your mind that I am not just going to receive the knowledge, but I'm going to live here and be committed to intentionally go and do what I need to do with the knowledge that I have. So you need knowledge, you need information, get the materials, and follow me on all my social media handles. On Instagram and Twitter at Olumide Emmanuel. On Facebook at Olumide.Emmanuel. Listen and listen well. Nobody grows young. Nobody grows young. You can package it, coste it, pancake it, medicate it. Nobody grows young. Everybody grows old. And no one will plan your life for you if you don't plan it for yourself. I hope with these few points of mine, I've been able to convince you and not confuse you that money dey Lagos. God bless you.